Alright, I think we should be live right now. It looks like we are. Just gonna mute my laptop here. And I do think we are live actually, which is very, very nice. I'm gonna be playing Midtown Madness today, and I'm gonna do the announcement in my I'm gonna do the announcement in my thingy, and then we are gonna get going. So let us do it. Streaming Midtown Madness 3. Alright, and hopefully now someone will come in. Hello everybody, and I wish you very welcome to this live stream. I hope today finds you well. We're gonna be playing one of my childhood favorite games today, which is Midtown Madness. And yeah, we're gonna see how it goes. I'm gonna be creating a new profile, and we're gonna be doing it. I'm doing this on an emulator, which has been interesting because it's not perfect in terms of graphical glitches and stuff. There are some, but hopefully all will be good. All will be good today. And the audio bugs sometimes as well, so hopefully that will not happen too much during this live stream either. But yeah. Oh, let's get going. I'm gonna do some work on the cover. I know a lot of people probably, or like majority of the people watching this will be watching it afterwards. But here we go. Let's enroll.
Be my new inspector. Take a seat and listen up. Impress me, and you'll earn your new badge. This is Dieter Kleinman, legendary race car driver. Kleinman is coming to Paris to receive a Lifetime Achievement Award, and it's going to be your job to keep him safe. Fans come from all over the world just to see Kleinman, to hear him, to smell him. That's why I've got you working undercover as a delivery driver.
Easy peasy.
All over Paris. Deliver back some good information. I'd hate to see you fail.
So basically, we are gonna be working undercover for the French police, and we're gonna be working our way up the ranks. As you can see here, all the way from delivery driver, all the way up to special agent. And there are quite some funny people that you meet along the way. It's gonna be a lot of fun tackling this.
Hello there, and welcome to your new job as a delivery driver. Here, you'll be delivering all kinds of stuff all over Paris. And just because I am new doesn't mean you can push me around, okay?
Okay.
Behave, and we'll get along fine.
Yes.
Bonjour, my name is Matilda, and it looks like we'll be working together for Mr. Hysteria.
Yes.
Which is good for me and bad for you.
Unfortunately. Alright, there we go. So let's head into the first mission, and hopefully this will run smoothly. Well, at least I hope so. I don't know if there are gonna be too many people in the chat, but if anyone is in the chat, let me know if you have any questions or anything like that. That is reset, not good. Okay, I was looking for the camera button, but there we go. So, this is the game. We need to beat Matilda, and basically this is Paris. And it's a quite fast-paced game, all things considered, and you run through the cities of Paris, France, and Washington DC, which is of course the capital of the United States. And it's quite interesting concept because you are, as I said, this is like the career mode, and you're working as like an undercover agent, but you gotta get trusted before you can get up into the actual police ranks. So that's why we are doing this right now.
I'm on to you!
Hopefully the stream quality is decent. I might have to actually just really quickly here as we are here, because he's saying that I have a bit less of a connection than what I should have, and I think what I want to do is close everything in the background that might be interfering with this. So that has now been done, and hopefully all will be well. Hello, Public Endurance Series. I don't know if that's you, Ramsey, but hello and welcome. Playing some Midtown Madness in this late night, trying to be the best delivery driver in town. Yeah. Hopefully it's gonna go well. This is an interesting game. It's from my childhood for sure. It's one of the main influences I have when like getting into racing games and stuff. This was the game I actually really started liking racing games for. Oh no, am I actually gonna fail the first mission? We have some time to catch up. Oh no, I missed the exit. Well, now we're definitely losing. Alright. Unlucky. Hello, Firas. Okay, so some people actually hear. Guys, is the quality of the stream alright? Because it looks bad, right? I should have so good connection. I don't know why it's
before you pushed the pedal.
I don't know why it's grainy. It's grainy. I hope it's fine. Who knows?
I'll catch up with you in no time.
Maybe not fail the first mission as well. This is the problem with setting things up to actually stream them, is that you gotta make sure all the settings are correct whilst running through trees. Perfect. Now this game is quite unforgiving actually, especially the later missions are brutally difficult. Especially for a kid, because I was a kid when I started playing this game. It was not the best game to play as a kid. But it was also the best game to play as a kid. It was a lot of fun. The streamers are still what are they complaining about? Is lower open. Huh. It seems like I have too low. I think I can change this in my settings. Let's see if I can do it. Yeah, like output. Yeah, video bitrate. Here we go. Can I change this on the fly? I hope so. Apply. I did it. Is this better? Maybe this is better. I changed the bitrate, guys. I hope it's better now, more clear.
I'll catch up with you in no time.
Okay, I think I fixed it. Maybe. It doesn't seem to be complaining anymore. Let me know if the picture got better. We'll see for how long I will play this, but I want to get somewhere into the career at least. If you're wondering why there are like glitches with the shadows and stuff, it's because I'm playing on an emulator, and the emulator isn't the best for this particular game. But it definitely is working, you know. That's good enough, I think. Why Why didn't it show an arrow? It just usually shows a little arrow when you need to turn. It didn't do that there. That's why it threw me off the last time. But hey, first win. Let's go. It's still saying I have too low bitrate. Should I increase it even more? Okay, sure. I mean, I have the internet for it. I think it should be fine. Let me know if it becomes even better now, guys. I'm gonna go up to 7,500 kilobytes. Hopefully that's good. Okay. Hopefully this is good now. I should be able to have this be fine. Stream seems fine. Okay, that's good. It's just okay. Now YouTube changed from a good connection to great. If you're wondering why I need to be a little quiet too, it's because it's midnight.
Okay, boys and girls, let's smash some boxes.
Yes,
And race for the finish line.
Perfect. Right, so here's the first race. This is when the emulator is a little bit of trouble sometimes when it's running a lot of cars at the same time. But it seems stable right now, which is very good. Now I wish I could upscale the game, but the upscaling for this game is actually too demanding for any graphics cards out there. So even if you have a 4090, you couldn't upscale this game without getting lag. It's just because of the way the game is coded, I think it's like that. Because I have a 3060 RTX, so it should be fine upscaling any game if it's supported for it. But unfortunately, this one isn't really. So it's more of a, hardware limitation with the actual Xbox, I think, rather than problem with having bad hardware. So that's why we cannot actually upscale this game, unfortunately. I wish we could, because it would look even better. Also, when you actually do try to upscale the game, you can upscale it, it just lags a lot, but also you get like the artifact you see with like the shadow being busted and stuff, it just gets amplified. So you could argue the game looks worse. Here there's a shortcut you can do. If you go this way instead, it's actually a little bit quicker. I know this because I played this game so much back in the day, and I actually, as a kid, even tried to speedrun it like rudimentally with using on my phone. I stopped pushing my phone.
Don't let that go to your head.
No, I'm not sick. I'm actually quite healthy. It's just that because I've moved for the summer and then I'm gonna move away again. I now have neighbors once again, so I'm gonna be a respect and not scream in the middle of the night. Now, if you see these things, I don't know if I can show you, but there's like, you see, it says it's like blobs, right, with like different names. And what that is basically is that, oh yeah, we can actually go look at it here, because we don't have a time limit for the so we can go and look at it. You see these little blobs here with like a name, and then it's like a blob. This is actually a paint. So for this particular paint, you would need the Century Class ST, which is a truck, like a Euro truck simulator, like a big truck. And then you could get this paint job, and then you would unlock a custom paint for that particular car. And if you go into the free roam mode, you can actually go all around the city and look for these paints for your particular car. But you need to have the car access on the paint in order to collect the paint, which is kind of interesting. But this is very difficult to hunt actually, because the truck I was talking about, Matilda, our rival, is gonna get one, and she's gonna try to chase us down. So this is gonna be tough, but we'll try it. Also, the glitches here are immense. I think it's because there's an interior under us, so it has difficulty rendering it. So now we need to stay away from Matilda, because otherwise she will smash our car into pieces literally. And you can see we now have a health bar on top of our car, and it's actually very, very fragile, that health bar. You can get smashed easily. You can see I just cracked into some holes, and that took a toll. So I spun her out here, I think. I crashed. This is not good. She is, you can see, she's in quite the truck. But we are agile. That is our only help here. We did it. Perfect.
Hello, I'm Sven. Good, you have my parcel. Thank you. Say hello to Kleinman from me.
And this is the fun part for me, right? Because there's like Swedish people in this game and they do them super stereotypically, which is kind of funny. So he says hello, you know, like I would if I actually wasn't proficient in English. So it adds like an extra depth to me. I will show you the car list after this too, and like compare it to the cars that I enjoy and how many of them have been taken directly from this game.
Won't
Because
even
it's
be
actually
dry
ridiculous.
before I finish this.
I will do it right after this event because this is the last one we do as a delivery driver. And this is a big race with Matilda, delivering newspapers, I do believe. Yeah, you can see in the top right it says newspaper. And this is like all over Paris, so it's actually quite I said at the beginning of the stream, but I'll say it again, like a super fast-paced game. Like, you really do need to pay attention, which is why it's a little bad for streaming, obviously, because I want to pay attention to the chat as well. But, you know, there's plenty of pauses where I can actually pay attention to the chat in between, so that is fine. Yeah, really good here, actually. There as well, there was probably an interior under because the checkpoint position is at the ground again. In terms of like having landmarks and stuff, this game is actually pretty cool. There's the Eiffel Tower and everything is in the game, obviously because we're in Paris. I really do like those aspects of this game. And we're almost at the home stretch. So this right here was the first series or whatever, and then there's gonna be a lot more to come. But here is the first one, and I'll show you the car list right now. I hope insurance will pay for all of this, Ramsey.
Oh, you were just lucky. But congratulations
So
on the sale.
here's the fun part about this game, right? You see, now I unlock the car that I used in the parted career, and then I can use that car for the races and stuff that you can also do, which is very interesting and very fun. It's a nice way to progress through the game. But yeah, now I'll show the car list after this little snippet here.
So you say Sven is staying at the luxury hotel. Very good. Well, I need you to work as a taxi driver. Keep one eye on this Sven character and keep your other eye peeled for any other suspicious Scandinavians. Oh, and keep another eye peeled for those socks. I love those socks.
I've played this game way too much, by the way. Like, I've played this, I think I've played all the way through 20 times at least, which is ridiculous. But I'll show you the car list now. It has a very interesting car list. So obviously the new Beetle, I always talk about how much I like the new Beetle. It is indeed here. Opel Astra, one of my favorite cars as well because of this game. And then we have the cars that are currently locked, but you can kind of see them down there, like the silhouettes of them. So we have the Hummer H2, which is kind of interesting, a limousine, Cadillac Escalade, you have an ambulance, a taxi, a police car, two police cars actually, the PT Cruiser, the 1959 Caddy Eldorado, which is interesting, the Mini Cooper S, of course I love Mini Coopers, the SSR, very nice car. We have a Saab, of course, because this is very Swedish oriented this game, sorry. Audi TT, we have the Chrysler Crossfire, the Audi S4 Avant, the Ford Mustang Fastback, one of my favorite Mustangs in the way that it looks. We have a Chevy Z06, a Lotus Esprit, of course, beautiful car. We have the Dodge Viper, and then we have, of course, my favorite car ever, the Koenigsegg CC8S. It just says CC in this game, I don't know why, but it is the CC8S for sure. It just says CC for some reason in the game. But yeah, that is the car list. It's a very interesting car list, and as you go through the game, you unlock more and more of the cars. So I'm going to just be continuing here, and we're gonna head into trying to become a taxi driver.
Welcome to my taxi firm. It's good to get new blood into the company, and you certainly picked a good time for it too. Now that Dieter Kleinman is coming to Paris, we are going
Jay.
to be very
Welcome
busy.
to the live
Hi
stream.
again! I heard you got a new job, and I knew it wouldn't be the same without me. So we're partners again.
So she always comes along and tries to ruin it for you. Or whatever. Like, I guess she's trying to ruin it for us because she tried to smash us with a truck, right? I'm gonna edit the license plate as well, and I'm gonna... Yeah, this is made by a Swedish company, by the way, DICE. But this is not DICE playing, it's me. So, here we go. Oh, I can't put the Android? Okay, so it's Andro. Let's just have AF then. Fine. Alright, let's go. She is really a menace to society. I also like the hot hints. Pick up and drive 5 passengers to their destination. Okay, well, there was no fun this time, but sometimes those hot hints are actually just troll texts. It's later in the game at least. You'll be taking the day shift today. I'll give you assignments over the radio. Pick up and drive 5 passengers to their destinations. Now we get to see some Paris landmarks actually, because I think we go to the Arc de Triomphe here in this mission. So let's do it. Pick up your passenger. We are indeed going to do it. I'm actually astonished how smoothly this game is actually running on the emulator though. I mean, despite the visual bugs, there really isn't any issue. It's fun to see how even for the original Xbox emulation is really starting to take off.
Bonjour! Could you drive me to the Arc de Triomphe?
Yeah, so now we're going to the Arc de Triomphe. Obviously, if you don't know, it's like the biggest roundabout in the world or whatever, right?
Slower! Slower!
Fortunately, women, we can't go slower because we are on a highway.
Take it slow, mon ami.
I can't take it slow. So here's the Arc de Triomphe. We don't really get to see it that much. Like,
Merci, I guess.
we can look back here as we drive away. Yeah, beautiful, right? Very nice. Look up the businessman. Maybe he wants us to go quick, right? I would assume a businessman would want us to go quick. Yeah, he wants to. I think if I was a real taxi driver, I would be losing my job after this one. But he likes it. He likes going quick, which is nice. So now we're going to the Eiffel Tower. We are going to see everything, guys. What a sightseeing event. Here you go. Look at that. Very cool. The Tour de Eiffel. Best French taxi driver ever. Yeah. In a hurry, always. passenger. We may. Oh yeah, it's the old lady. God bless. Bless. So she likes Facebook as well. This is great fun as I crash into basically everything. Shame we didn't get to drive her. It's a shame we didn't get to drive her for longer.
Formidable! Now, go to Palais du Luxembourg. There's a young man waiting for you there.
Okay, let's take the jump now. Drop him off. I think the last guy is like racing or whatever, because there's like a race driver coming to the city called like Kleinman or whatever, and in the later, like we're like investigating this, and that's like because there's not some nefarious groups here as well. Alright, Mr. Man, welcome to my taxi.
Pantheon, all right?
Take me to the Pantheon. What an American. Oh, and here we go with an interior below us again, so the game is oh, look at this glitch here.
Are you crazy?
Yeah, I am crazy.
Be careful! Oh,
Some people really don't appreciate my taxi driving.
see ya.
Old woman, ultra based. Yeah, now we get the racing fan. So let's go. And this is the last passenger we actually have. And as a kid, you can see under the speedometer is like a health car. And as a kid, I always used to like use up the entire health bar in this mission, I remember. Because I just crashed into so much stuff. But this time we are kind of fun. Which is good. There's the racing fan.
Hey, I won't speed over the road. Go faster, Go get him!
And he just wants to go quick like Peter Pan. So we're gonna do that. So we have a lot of time to spare here actually. 1 minute 50. I remember when I was a kid, I didn't have time almost, you know, like I remember the first time I beat this mission I had like 5 seconds to spare, and now I have 1.5 minutes.
That was one cool ride, dude. Now I'm gonna see Dieter Kleinman.
Kleinman! Very nice. Next taxi missions are a little longer, I would say here. And now we have another race, just like the last time.
Okay, boys and girls.
Let's see who's the best taxi driver in town. Obviously. Thank you, Ramsey. Trying my best. I'm not the best driver though. Now you often don't see missions at night. I think it's only like very, very few. And this is one of them. You can see the AI took different routes here as well. I remember that from being a kid as well. And it's many different missions that the AI decides to take many different routes, which is kind of fun and something that didn't really happen that much in games around this time period. And this game was ahead of its time in many ways. It released in 2003, I believe. It's an old game. 150 miles per hour. I wish we could go that quick, but this car it tops out unfortunately at like 120ish. But that's good that you could see 180 means that the bitrate is at least okay enough. Through a tree into a van, it's obvious. Moving the live streams over to this is good and bad. It's good because I can play like any game and not have the normal people be confused, but it's bad because I don't get as many people watching, obviously.
Oh, mon ami, very good driving.
But it is
you
what it
beat
is.
us all. Only Kleinman could do better.
Only Clackman could do better. I think the idea will be to try to maybe get through this taxi mission, series mission, and then I might do a little bit of free roam to try to get some new paints. Oh, that right there above us is the secret paint. That's why it's green, because you can claim it with any car. But yeah, I want to get some paints for the cars that I have unlocked already, which is the beginner cars. And I know where most of the paints are because I played this game way too much. Kleinman is definitely much better than I don't know about that. You never race versus Kleinman. Now we are driving the Swedish people, Kulle and Inga, which are like very stereotypical Swedish names, and they say very stereotypical Swedish things. So here's Inga. Hello, Ule. Where are we going? I love it. Inga has one line that is like, this is like action driving. Oh my god, on cue. Yeah, I love that line. That is so funny. I said it down and she said it just the second after. This is going? Yeah. That is the most perfect timing I think we would ever do on anything. Holy moly. Oh, that was it.
Thank you. See you. Tack. I mean, thank you. Very fun ride.
Because you are World War 2005 champion. True. I think we are moving on to the last taxi mission now. And yeah, this is again Matilda is trying to sabotage us here again. Because we are gonna steal customers from this Aussie Australian taxi company. So we're gonna try to steal all of their customers. So that's what we're doing. But Matilda will also be trying to steal the customers. Or stop us or something. I don't remember exactly. Okay, you can see her on the map now. She's coming. Oh, she works for the Aussie company, I guess. So we're stealing her firm's. So the problem with this mission is that we need to skip all of the cutscenes because Matilda is allowed to drive during the cutscenes, which is stupid game design. But that means if we don't skip the cutscenes, we are going to get caught up with. So unfortunately, we might have to skip them, or I don't know if it's necessarily skip, but skip their like cutscenes, which is unfortunate. I think we jump down here. Actually, yeah, look. That's perfect. I know all the tricks. God's sake, I love this man though, because it's clearly just a Swedish man doing a British voice impression. Swedish myself, but that's just to see trying to do it, but it was a lot of fun. I would say I'm going pretty well here actually. Matilda is hot on our tail. Well, unlucky. She's saying go faster, but she's saying hey, careful. What? How can she complain about me driving quick and then want me to drive quicker? Some people are really annoying in this game, right? So now we actually pick up like the company manager and we drive him home, which is fun. So now he's gonna be like, someone pick me up. Well, that car alarm is permanently on now, which is not how it's supposed to be. So that's an audio bug. I think that's our first audio bug though, which is kind of nice. With the item. We did it. Very nice. Down, mate.
Right. Wait a minute. Who in crime's name are you?
Who in crime's name
I won't
are
forget
you?
this.
I won't forget this. So now we got the Paris taxi as well. Now let's hunt for some paint shops after this little announcement.
The Scandinavians are staying at the same hotel. And I, like you, do not trust them. Work as a chauffeur. I want you to pick up Dieter Kleinman when he arrives. Remember, don't blow your cover.
This is a lot of fun because the next challenge series or whatever is as a chauffeur. So you drive a limousine, which is a lot of fun. One of my favorite missions in the game is actually in that series where you drive a bunch of teens and you try to beat the other teens to a restaurant, which is kind of fun. But now let's try to get some paint shops. If I can remember any of them, where they are. I hope so. Yeah, limo very fun. Limo very fun. So this car. Do I know where the paint job is for this car? I'm trying to think where the paint jobs are for all of the cars. I know where the paint job for this is. So you can see if you go all the way down, you can see we have 2 locked paints for almost every car. And in order to get those locked paints, you need to find the paint jobs.
Welcome.
So I'll show you where one is here.
You can do.
I can't believe I remember this stuff, you know, like from when I was like 10 years old. It still sticks with me. I believe I know where the paint job for this car is. It should be by the hospital. Or is it here? Wait, we're gonna have to check out this place first because it might be here. No, it's not here, it's not here, so it's by the hospital. Pretty positive. I accidentally wrote the hospital. It should be high up on the map somewhere. Wait. No, wait. High up in this way on the map. So let's respawn and see if we can get closer. I wish this game was available for PC. Yeah, for sure. Oh yeah, we spawned just by the hospital. I also wish it was for the PC, because then I could probably play it without all of these awfulness. So the what we call it, the like shadow lagging and stuff like that. So there's the hospital right there. You can see it. It's the big building right there. So we're gonna back that. We didn't need to go all the way up. Yeah, see, there. There's the paint. I knew it was there. Also, there's something for the ambulance there, but you actually get on the missions when you work with an ambulance. Unfortunately now it looks like we're going to have some visual bugs because we are going to go into an interior, and this game doesn't like emulating interiors. But here we go. So, paint acquired. So there you can see it says paint job found. Basically what happens then is that when you go back to the here you can see we now have a new paint which says turbo on it. So it's a lot of fun. I'll do a little cruise in this in Washington as well, so that you can see both the cities a little bit. Yeah, kind of cool, right, Ramsey? It's a lot of fun. And then obviously you have to find all of the paints for all of the cars. And I remember when I didn't know where all of the cars were, where all of the paint jobs were, rather. It was a lot of fun trying to find all of them. So this is obviously Washington DC. I think it's the bigger of the two maps, if I'm going to be entirely honest here, but it's also the thing about the Washington map in comparison to Paris map is that it's a lot of long straights in Washington, and it's not in Paris. Do I have an Xbox original? I actually have 3 of them. I have 2 normal ones, and one of them I have modded, so I will like put a mod chip in it with a pen, like a molding pen or whatever you say. I have like put onto the actual motherboard of the Xbox, and then I have an internal hard drive in it. So that's like my modded one, and then I have a normal one as well, just a pure normal one, and then my third one is a so-called crystal Xbox. Here's the paint job, by the way. A crystal Xbox, which is a rare form of the Xbox that came with a clear casing, that are very solid for nowadays. Yeah, a lot of Xboxes broke, mainly due to the fact that the capacitor that was responsible for keeping the time on the Xbox, so like the clock capacitor, it was broken by default almost. It almost always leaked, and then it leaked onto the motherboard, making the Xbox unplayable. So what you have to do if you get an Xbox nowadays is make sure to remove the clock capacitor, which means you don't have a clock, but that doesn't really matter, but instead you can not get the Xbox being broken. And there we go, the paint job for the FLE, or at least the first one. The FLE actually has 3 paint jobs. Some of the cars have 3 paint jobs because the developers really enjoyed those cars, and the FLE is one of those. Yeah, capacitor issue. That's almost always the issue with them, unfortunately. So here's the paint job we got, which is... no, the FLE only has 2, never mind. This is a very weird one here. I wish I could show you a car that has 3, but believe me, some do have 3, like the Ford Mustang and the Mini Cooper, and but none of the ones here. Then apparently, I definitely thought I remembered the FLE having 3. Yeah, it's an interesting paint job. I will do the limousine missions, and then I will call it a day here.
Welcome, young driver, to one of the most distinguished limo firms in Paris.
The Ford Mustang Midtown
Here,
Madness 2.
we
And
put
Midtown Madness 2
quality and
also
customer
very
service in
fun
the
game,
front row.
I must say.
That's why we'll be driving Dieter Kleinman when he gets to Paris.
Ha! think you can get rid of me? I don't usually drive limos, but I make an exception just for you. I'm getting tired of you beating me all the time.
Oh, sorry, but I'm just better. I'm sorry. So now we're actually driving Dieter Kleinman, which is interesting. But first we are driving Sven, and he has run into some trouble with the police. So, yeah.
I'm in an extreme hurry, so take me to the station as quickly as you can.
I'm in an extreme hurry. Yes,
This is the Paris police. You have a wanted fugitive in your car. Stop immediately.
To catch up. I like it. Go fast.
there's something wrong with the siren sound, because the sirens sound like they are right next to us, even though they're not supposed to be. But it looks like we are escaping the police and we're out as well.
Yeah, very good.
I did
If
not
you
get
see
arrested.
Dieter Kleinman, tell him, oops, got to go. Police is coming.
The thing is, this is the American version of the game, and I'm starting to think that the American version is easier when it comes to the times. The reason I'm playing the American version is because the European version, the emulation ISO is actually broken for the European version, so you get stuck on a particular mission in the career. Which is why we have to resort to playing the American version. But I'm starting to think the timings are easier for this version, which is interesting. I wonder if that is actually the truth. But I do have the European version in my room, so what I'm thinking about doing at some point, I don't know when, but ripping the DVD or the disc and using that ISO in the emulator, because mine is broken, and then also uploading that to him so that everybody can enjoy a non-broken ISO, hopefully. That is something I'm going to do. So I will probably do that. This mission is the one I was talking about, when you race and you need to be quicker than Hilda. And the reason why I like this is that you start behind her, and it's actually, as I remember, quite a difficult mission to get. Because it's heavy track, so you can see we barely beat her here. But if you get traffic spots, you can get absolutely screwed in this mission. But it looks like we win. Very good. I would explode trying to play this game. Yeah, it's a lot all the time.
Wow! That was one cool ride! We should trash those limos, n'est-ce pas?
Yeah, we did. We did. She gets on my nerves too, but right there she was at least a little nice. You know, you can tell that she's having fun driving the car as well, though, which is good. So now we are gonna pick up Kleinman, the famous race driver from the station. And hopefully he will not hate our driving. So the thing about this game too is that many times the place you're going to is a long way away and there's no real marks on the map, so you kind of have to do navigating at the same time as you are driving, which is something that I know a lot of people have struggles with when it comes to games. But that was a part of the game that I really liked as a kid, because I've always liked maps. Ever since I was a kid, I've always been interested in orienting and stuff like that. So for for me it was always a plus that you have to like find your way on your own. I think this is the best way to go about it, just going for the straights. Quite a long time though, it's quite a bit to drive. What is your favorite car to own? My favorite car to own is the Koenigsegg CC8S, of course, but I know I will never be able to buy that. So therefore, my realistic favorite car is the Nissan GTR. If you're talking about it in real life. So it's the CC8S, but I'm never gonna be able to get it, so it's probably gonna be the Nissan GTR. Here is Dieter Kleinman, the man, the myth, the legend.
Guten Tag, mein Freund. My name is Dieter Klein. You drive me to Halle Royal.
That's it.
Nein, das ist nicht gut. That hurt me.
Okay, you don't need to like cry with Mr. Race Car Driver. I'll get you to your place.
Nein, too fast.
What do you mean too fast? You're a racing driver. Hello?
My racing star head.
Racing star.
Mr. Crazy?
This guy's a
This
pansy.
is too fast.
Too fast?
That hurt me.
Please keep it blind, man.
Slow. I don't like racing.
I don't like racing, you're most unlucky. My favorite car
Danke,
to
mein
own is
Freund.
a
Have a
Volvo
nice
V70. That's a very
Drive more carefully.
responsible choice, you know. I like that for that, and it's a good family car as well, and it's very affordable to have like as a dream car. So hopefully you will be able to buy it. Oh no, I forgot about this mission. Oh no, now we're driving this super annoying lady.
Hello? To go to the hairdresser. Is that understood? Pull your socks up. I haven't got all day. I command you, slow down!
So she just told us to go quick, and slow down.
Slow down, or I will have you fired!
I don't really care so much.
Stay. I won't be a minute.
It was 2008 Vectra, that's cool. That's cool. So she's getting a haircut. Very nice cutscene. There she is. Oh, the horror.
Yeah, told me I needed to die.
Now we're going to cafe. The cutscenes are kind of cursed.
Command you, slow down!
And there's a bunch of these cutscenes here. Yeah. And there's like a super annoying guy in Washington as well. So you have like two annoying people that you have to drive around.
This? You stay here. I will have tea with the ladies.
Oh, so now she's having tea with the ladies. Oh no, the face. Bro.
Horrible place. The way to one barrel
How come just crashing everyone out? Okay, so she's going to the mall now.
Slow down or I'll tell your boss you're a bad driver. Oh, I think I might have broken something.
I don't think so, chill.
Seems like a formless wuss can drive after all.
So she's very conflicting, like she hates on me and then she's like, oh yeah, you're actually kind of good. Oh my god, those pictures of her, they are rough.
The man at the casino is incredible place. Take me to the spa.
Oh, I'm spawn. Look, if you want slower, I'll fail the mission. So. I'm sorry, but I'm gonna drive.
You are slower than a snail.
No, the problem with the Need for Speed Carbon stream was that I was playing with delay because I was playing directly off my Xbox 360 and I was playing with an HDMI cable and there was like a half a second input delay. So it's easier to drive when I don't have that delay. So now she's going home again. The sweet old lady. I don't know if I necessarily agree with that. Very good.
Oh, we're home.
We're still recovering from all that.
Weren't that bad after all.
Yeah,
Not very
bad.
good
Not my
either,
best
of
display.
course. Well, anyway, toodaloo.
Toodaloo. So now we unlock the limousine. So I'll quickly show before I go. Oh yeah, let's listen to the cutscene first.
Nice job transporting Kleinman. And don't worry, the police were able to pick up Sven as soon as you dropped him off. A good thing you didn't blow your cover. But your job isn't over yet. You'll be working as a security guard. We are transporting some important cargo, so I need you there.
So next time we are going to be a security guard, which is basically you drive one of those money trucks or whatever, money cars, right? The big ones that you blow up in GTA 5. But quickly, I wanted to show that there is actually not just the career, which is called Work Undercover. You also have the race series, which is a big series of races in Paris and in Washington. And these races are basically Blitz, which is you play against the clock, and then you have checkpoint races where you play versus other drivers in both places. So it's a lot of fun. I think we'll do one race before I leave, and then I can play with the Beetle as well. A little fun. And as you can see, this is in Washington, which is interesting. And the end of this race is hilarious because you go down the flats in Washington and it's like big steps, so you kind of fly. As you can see, it's shiny races. There is a bit of a frame where you can drive from. So you can see the legs and the wheels. And again, this is what it is about that there's always laps no matter what you do. Here's the downhill what I was talking about. And this is the big bumps that you just fly down. You gotta be careful so you don't lose control. And then there's these really huge bumps here, as you can see. Easy peasy, so we were playing versus 2 Audis and 2 Saabs, and the Saabs weren't doing really well. Now this is something that I really like about Midtown Madness 3, this end screen where you can see all of the cars. I really think that is a beautiful end screen, and I wish more games did this nowadays, because nowadays you just get the names of them, of the like competitors. But I love this where you can see the times, you have different colors, but you also have the cars everybody was driving. Instead of just writing the car name, you have a picture of the car. I really enjoy that. So with the races, you basically have 3 races, and then when you complete the 3 races, you get a bonus car. And that goes for every 3 races in both the checkpoint and the blitz category. So complete 3 races and you get a new car. So that's a lot of fun. But yeah, this has been Midtown Madness, and I will be streaming this more, and I will probably be streaming this quite frequently, almost to the point where people will probably not be able to catch every live stream, maybe, because I'm thinking maybe I will stream maybe once a week or something like this until I'm done with the game. But we'll see. Also, I know that when I say that, I'm probably not gonna get around to streaming it anyways, and it's gonna be super delayed, so, you know, but we'll see. But yeah, thank you for joining throughout the entire stream, Ramsey. It was a lot more fun with you here. If you weren't here, it would have probably just been me talking as if this was a video, so that was a lot of fun. And thank you to the people who dropped in. I can see that right now 4 people are watching, so I mean, some of you were watching from the background. Thank you all for watching, and yeah, that is going to be it, and I will catch you in the next episode of Midtown Madness. Thank you for everyone watching on YouTube as well. Goodbye.